Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've just had our first major fail on the Champion wood splitter. I'll bring you in nice and close to take a look at this beaut.
Are you serious? No. Oh, how'd that happen?
Yeah, I'm going to fix this firewood splitter once and for all. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Might not be able to get it, but
You never know.
one more shot. Careful of that wood.
I'm gonna get. Oh yeah.
Okay, so got it tight here. I got tight here. I got a little bit of a bump here. So I'm gonna crank up the throttle and try to focus the pressure on that.
Right on
Not too bad.
Oh, George, you got it.
It's not perfect, but
It's workable.
yeah, definitely workable. Matter of fact, I think I'm almost all the way in. There's hardly any bump left over there. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Mount Tammany Ridge channel. So here's the Champion splitter. Sure you guys saw a little bit of drama there in the beginning of the video. Yeah, it was kind of a bummer. I'm definitely going to be taking some of the blame on that, however. So it's not all about the Chinesium, thing. So some of it was because of the fact that I didn't put any bar oil or any sort of lubricant in the trough there. So I'm pretty sure that the rust on the bottom of the plate for the wedge and then the rust in the bottom of the trough, I think, caused enough friction to make it chatter. And when it chattered, it kicked to the side, I'm sure, and then caught and caused the damage. So also, you guys, I'm sure probably noticed my handiwork with the excavator and a few of these pressure-treated 4x4 blocks that I used to squeeze that channel back into the I-beam. So right now I'm actually looking at this thing, trying to devise the best way to get the weld on the underside of that channel. I mean, I'm not so much worried about the gas and the welding and stuff like that because the gas can or tank is full, so there's minimal fumes. And I have a welding blanket and a leather welding jacket that I can throw over it to help, keep it from, pitching a spark in places we don't want it to be. So, and I've also seen some guys weld in much more precarious situations when it comes to grease and gas and diesel and things like that. So Yeah, so right now I'm just kind of in the analyzing phase of this whole thing as to how I'm gonna to get that done. So I'm gonna look at it a little bit more, stare at it, turn my head like this probably a couple times, and hopefully I can come up with something. Well, folks, Teresa's on the back side of the camera there with my breakfast. She's come out to make sure I eat.
Yummy, yummy, yummy.
So I'll be back with you guys in just a minute. Alright, so I'm gonna put some upward tension on this. I want to see how the straps are going to behave. And so, as you can see, starting to get bound up there because of the angle. I'm going to, I guess maybe I'll curl the bucket down and straighten out that angle. Let's see. Actually, I can't do that because I got my thumb on. Phooey. Okay, so I'll bring it straight down. I think I'm just going to extend the links on that chain that's holding the snatch block. Or the chain hoist, kind of let it dangle a little better. Hopefully I won't lose too much height there. Guess who's back? Totally overkill, but I couldn't find my open-end wrench with an 1 1/16 size, so just gonna have to rock and roll with this. If I remember correctly, I think I had several of those and nowhere to be found. Okay. Guess that loosened up, huh? I know I had this thing. Forgot how I did it. Isn't that great? Maybe if now I'm going to struggle with this. I think that'll work. Of course, the camera didn't see any of that, I'm sure, because I was standing in front of it again. So I'm going to, right where this weld broke along this seam, I'm going to grind this joint out here. I'm going to make a V groove and you know, grind back off of here a little bit more. That way, clean it up and make sure there's no, you know, crap in there that's gonna, you know, cause porosity or anything. So I use a what do you call it? Rosin core, or flux core. Sorry, rosin core. A flux core wire is what I use typically, because most of everything I do is outside. So you know, obviously results may vary. And again, I'm a total novice at this. So let's get to grinding this down so I can move on with the show. This sun's kind of starting to get to me already.
There it is. It's not pretty. Definitely not pretty. But I'd venture to say it's at least as good as the Chinese welds. Woo! Things settling a little bit. I'm gonna have to pick her up. I'm gonna be doing some cleanup work here as far as getting that crud out of there and get it ready for a little bit of primer and paint. I'm not gonna bother trying to, you know, grind up the welds. You know, it's a little bit of primer and paint. Make sure the welder you ain't. So I'm kind of bummed. I was hoping my welds were going to turn out a little bit better, but you can see I had obstacles. You know, I'm trying to weld around that, and of course, in the welding helmet, you really can't see that. All you see is, you know, where you're running your bead, and then the clamp for the ground. I had to face it that way initially to get a real good ground here. Because you know, one side of the clamp is, you know, well grounded and the other side doesn't have the wire on it, so I kind of had to flip it around to accommodate where I needed to weld. So I always kind of had something in the way. And then of course over here I got my gloves stuck on the handles of the pliers there. So yeah, there was a couple things that kind of prevented me from keeping a smooth continuous flow in between stringers. I didn't do that all in one pass. Obviously you saw that in the video. Just kind of trying to lay short stringers and fill in between as it cooled. So I'm pretty confident those welds will do just fine. Now it's in place almost entirely, but the ice cream showed up. We're back. All right, everybody, she's back together. Hopefully she'll stay together. And, I do enjoy, you know, welding projects and building things out of metal. But it's very rare that I can afford the materials to build things that I would like to build and find useful. It's always something that I've got to repair that I already have. So that does kind of take the fun out of it. However, it is nice to know that because of these tools, I don't need to rely on somebody who's getting paid between $140 and $210 an hour. So that is a major plus. Now, as far as the failure that took place with this piece of equipment, I lay no blame on the splitter. Okay, so you know, not because I support anything that has to do with China or China-made things or anything like that. It comes down to the fact that they built a splitter that's at the price point that people are looking for so that they can do things on their own, and that's why I bought it, right? So it comes down to the fact that it was user error, okay? I typically do, and you've probably seen it in previous videos if you've been watching my content long enough. In the past, you'd see me, you know, using some bar oil to dump out in the trough here in the splitting chamber and keep that lubricated so that it doesn't get bound up like it did, right? So, you know, the thing had been sitting there for a couple weeks, had some surface rust buildup on it, and you know that, you know, the plate underneath the plate for the splitter wedge itself, that probably rusted up as well. And bippity boppity boo, it decided to try to make a U-turn in the middle of a narrow street and pushed out the guardrail. So, but it's back together now. I'm pretty sure as long as I keep lubricating this splitting chamber here, all those friction points, I'm sure it'll be fine. So, so as for you, any of you guys that have a box store splitter, it doesn't necessarily have to be this one. You know I'm not the only one who has neglected to to lubricate that splitting chamber. And use this as a front row seat, okay, that you got to watch what happens or what could happen if you don't, right? So, especially with this style. Yeah, that's going to be it for this video. I'm not going to drag it on any longer than it is. It's going to be hard enough to edit, to render it down into one video, and I might not be able to do that. I might actually have to make this a two-part video. So you know, we'll find out. You guys will know if I post if I post the first half on Wednesday and the second half on the following Wednesday or something. I really don't want to do consecutive because I feel like that, you know, for you guys that might be a little monotonous. However, if you do feel otherwise, let me know in the comments. Let me know. I mean, do you like it, you know, when us content creators, you know, make a series and you go kind of back to back, almost like a special on, you know, History Channel or something like that? If you do, I'll try to do stuff in that fashion. If not, also let me know, so I know that, you know, I'm creating content in a way that is keeping your attention and also not boring you with bombarding you with the same thing every single day. So, but that's it though. If you like the content you see here on the Mount Tammany Ridge channel, don't hesitate to hit that subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and share with some of your friends that might be interested. You guys have yourselves a good night. I am getting in the air conditioning. You take her easy. Good night.
Timber,
You going to get ice cream with Mama?
you want to go play Tom Jerry?
You gonna go for a ride? Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to go get ice cream with Mama?
Yeah. You want a doggy treat?
You want doggy bone ice cream sandwich? Huh? Yeah. Oh my.
You know where we're going. There's Tom Jerry. Got the yummies.
Good girl.
You guys want the yummies?
You're a foodie just like your dad, aren't you? Oh my goodness.